Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Kerhak Wadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, and faith and power and trust and all credit to my Heavenly Father Yahweh and my Heavenly Big Brother Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called Black Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, or so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up of the plagues of the Lord is upon the whole earth, and the Lord jacking these people up with heat waves, floods, typhoons, tornadoes, the pestilence on your food or in your food, and just a whole bunch of shit. Earthquakes too, and the after effects of earthquakes. But anyway, I'm gonna play these videos. I'm gonna get into the scripture my best ability. Say whatever God say through spirit and power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kerhak Wadash, Lord willing be on me. Let's get it. Now how the hell this? How he able to do this shit? I don't get it. How is he able to do that shit? In his costume, and it's all black, and you know black generates heat. And I seen another individual in a costume. Was it one of those bullshit ass Disney characters?
Vengo al norte de México, que también hace calor, pero dije, bueno, en España debe hacer menos y es prácticamente lo mismo. Allá vivimos también en esos tiempos a 40 grados centígrados, que es la parte cercana a Estados Unidos, pero
Now wait a minute, let me subtitle this.
Aquí se siente muy semejante.
We came yesterday, and definitely Madrid heat is not bad. Sevilla was around 42, 43 centigrade. I'm from Canada, Toronto, so way different, although we do have a heat wave there, around 35, but this is hot.
Madrid's heat is really crazy. Like, the sun is just beating down so hard, but it's different than in the United States because the humidity is so strong there. Here it's much more dry, so I think it's much more bearable. But here people wear like the linens and the loose clothes, which is really cool just because.
But don't forget, y'all walking on all that asphalt, concrete shit.
People bear with the heat so.
It ain't like you walking on the ground, like the dirt and grass when they can absorb the heat. This shit doesn't absorb the heat.
Differently than in the United States.
Everyday history.
Okay, I guess that's over with. Blasting off, shooting rockets up into space.
Unfolds.
Ain't got nothing to do with heat waves. Oh, let's get to the next video.
Your rig is only level 10?
The fuck? That's crazy, bro. Yep. Alright, I guess that's enough because they ain't throwing out no audio, no like narrator speaking. Let me see. Nope. That shit is dry as hell. Heck yeah. Psalm chapter 107 verse 33. He turneth rivers into a wilderness. And who that he be? By the way, I mean that's Yahweh Shema Shah, who the word called God and Jesus. But Yahweh Shema Shah, he turneth rivers into wilderness. And not wilderness, yeah, wilderness, I'm tripping. And the water springs into dry ground. As you see that shit dry as a bone. It's just nothing but dust. Heck yeah. And I'm gonna stop right there. I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop. Now I forget, I'm gonna keep on reading. A fruitful land into barrenness for the righteousness of them that dwell therein. He turneth the wilderness into a standing water, and a dry ground into water springs. And there he make the hungry to dwell there, that they may prepare a city for habitation. But this shit no longer a water spring or standing water, no. It's just dry ground. And it's got some water here and there, but this area here is dry ground in many places. Anyway, boy. Some places you ain't getting, you got droughts, and some places getting a lot of water, too much water.
South Korea's rainy season has officially begun, bringing heavy downpours across much of the country and prompting evacuations nationwide. Our Cho Young-in has more.
Rain clouds swept into the Seoul metropolitan area on Thursday, prompting the season's first heavy rain warning for the capital. Since Wednesday, accumulated rainfall has exceeded 200 millimeters in the parts of Chungcheongdo region, as southern parts of Gyeonggi-do province also received nearly 200 millimeters of rain. Heavy rain alerts were issued across the capital, prompting Seoul to close access to all 29 riverside streams, while operations at 5 of the 8 Hangdang River bus docks were also suspended. According to the Central Disaster and Safety Countermeasures Headquarters, a total of 215 cases of weather-related damage had been reported nationwide in the morning. In North Gyeongsangdo Province, a man in his 70s was swept away by a swollen stream overnight and remains missing, and search operations continue. The heavy rain has also forced evacuations, with 423 people evacuated, mainly in the Chungcheongdo provinces. According to the Korea Meteorological Administration, although rainfall eased in parts of the capital during the day, rain is expected until the end of the week.
Later Thursday into early Friday morning, the North Pacific High is forecast to push farther north again, narrowing the rain band and strengthening it into an intense, linear band of heavy rain.
The Seoul metropolitan area and Gangwon-do province are expected to see another burst of heavy rain until Friday, with rainfall rates reaching around 30 millimeters per hour. Once the monsoon system moves away, forecasters say intense summer heat will quickly follow. The North Pacific...
Hold on, let me pause the video. I gotta charge my battery up on my speaker.
Line in. High and the Tibetan High are expected...
Man, y'all can hear the audio. I'm pretty sure y'all can hear the audio, but I can't.
...to build
That's why I gotta turn that speaker on so I can hear.
...over the Korean peninsula, pushing feels-like temperatures above 33 degrees Celsius and bringing hot summer conditions nationwide. Cho Young-in, Arirang News.
Yeah. Yep, plagues.
If your basement walls...
Yeah, I've seen all that. I played these videos. The last was a video about the pledge yesterday. Let's see what this one's about. I wasn't sure if they're gonna show those same videos, but yeah, they showing them. China evacuates standard students after that flood.
Well, I tell you, China is getting the hit of it, I have to say. This is my third video about China's catastrophe right now, but it's not about the same kind of catastrophe. So a tornado did something in China that sounds almost impossible, we have to say. It did not just rip roofs of houses. It did not just knock down trees. I mean, we know tornadoes do that. In Huanggang, in central China's Hubei province, the wind, and I'm showing you the videos in the background while I'm telling you what happened. The wind was so violent that a man was pulled out of a 12th floor apartment along with furniture from inside its home. I mean, that's how...
Damn. Shit, the wind snatched his ass out of the house. I mean, his apartment.
Sounds like what happens if you're in an airplane up in the air and the emergency
Goddamn got sucked out and go
door flies
vacuum
away or something like that. You get sucked out. This is how intense that was. Absolutely crazy. So a couch, cabinets, pieces of a room that should have been protected high above the ground were just flying out. And down below, same crazy stuff at a logistics site. Trucks were not just...
Oh, come on, bro.
Flipped over, overturned. Some were lifted and thrown as much as 30 meters. That's roughly 100 feet. So this is really like out of a Hollywood movie, like Twister, I think was one. Really, that changes the whole story, what's going on here in China. It's absolutely crazy because when we hear typhoon in China, yeah, we're thinking about coastal flooding, storm surge, and heavy rain. Heavy rain, I have just reported about the dam that collapsed in China and has caused most insane flooding. Absolutely crazy. I'll put that in the end screen. I'll show you that. But this time, and this is connected to the typhoon, one of the most dangerous impacts actually happened inland inside tornadoes, like violent rotating thunderstorms. It is not one isolated, like weak spin-up that was happening. 2 tornadoes and severe convective storms were tearing through eastern Hubei, hitting areas around Huanggang, Huangxi.
I'm gonna stop right there. You wanna watch the rest of the video? There go the channel, or there go the title, there go the channel. Damn, all of a sudden I'm drowsy, my eyes getting all heavy. Shit. There's a mold destruction from China.
For days, severe flooding has affected southwestern China. On July 7th, Guanan Senior High School in Guigang City, Guangxi, organized an emergency evacuation of all students. During the evacuation, no military units, police officers, or other rescue forces were seen providing assistance. On July 8th, a video posted online showed a school in Guangxi flooded, with many students trapped inside a school building. The students had reportedly gone without food or water for several days. The person who posted the video said, "The situation is already this serious. Why are they still just sending supplies? They need to evacuate people immediately. If the building gets damaged after being soaked in water, it'll become a much bigger problem." According to a report by
The ground be all saturated and all that weight, it starts to sink or either collapse. And you know, a lot of them buildings built in China, they probably throw them bitches up with cheap ass material. And that's about it. And in some period of time, the bitch gonna collapse.
Daily, around 200 to 300 people remained trapped inside classrooms at Yubao No. 1 Middle School. They had reportedly not eaten from 6 a.m. on July 6th until July 7th. People online were outraged. They said the CCP authorities not only responded slowly and failed to provide effective rescue efforts, but also blocked private civilian rescue operations.
Damn. They don't give a fuck about their own people. All they want to do is surveillance their ass and see what they doing.
Chicken,
control what they doing.
bacon ranch. Zaxby's style. Who's got the sauce?
Get my internet connection. It's been shitty.
Whether you're on the job or at home,
It's been shitty for the past few days.
Harbor Freight has the
Maybe not a few, about a couple days.
air tools and compressors you need.
Even more controversially, the Chinese Foreign Ministry announced additional aid for Venezuela in front of disaster victims. On July 6, part of the Liulan Reservoir in Nanning, Guangxi collapsed. Floodwaters poured downstream, destroying nearby villages. Many unprepared villagers were swept away by the floods, resulting in heavy casualties. Some villagers' homes were washed away, leaving only a damaged staircase behind. One resident broke down in tears, saying, "Everything is gone. This was the result of all my hard work." Many elderly residents walked for more than 2 hours barefoot through the mud before reaching temporary shelters. Despite the scale of the disaster, authorities reported only 2 deaths. On July 7th, villagers in Yunbiao, Hangzhou City, posted online calling for help. They said that more than 1,000 villagers, including elderly and children, had fled to the mountains to escape the flooding. They had no food or water and had been stranded outdoors for more than 30 hours. The appeal said Yunbiao town was one of the worst hit areas. Supplies were urgently needed in the mountains, drones were useless, and the area needed helicopters and large rescue boats. Photos taken by disaster victims showed many people sitting along the mountain roads. Some were still wearing slippers, with only thin clothing to protect themselves from the wind and cold. They appeared to have left in great haste. Only a small number of people had managed to set up simple tents. Screenshots showed nearby villagers were desperate to help, but local authorities had banned unauthorized private rescue operations. Villagers from Guanggu village, Taoshi town near Yunbiao, suggested gathering several neighboring villages to organize supplies and help the victims. They asked whether targeted aid should need to go through these departments. However, local residents responded that they had.
I'm gonna start right there. Yeah. See what else plays they got. Residents prepare as super typhoon Bava approach Japan southern. How you spell that or pronounce that? I don't know. Fuck it. This was eight hours ago. It should already made it by now. Let's check and make sure. I'm gonna let this play, and then I'm gonna get the updated version, or find an updated, not updated version, but updated video. Oh, you know what? This is old. Yeah, because they got footage of this shit, this typhoon, like a day ago, 3 days ago. And this shit's talking about 8 hours ago. Like, I'm thinking it's brand new. Well, because, yeah, I remember they did get hit by typhoon. Yeah, that, I think it was hit Japan, China, and Taiwan. But this is right here, and that was damn 3 days ago. Well, anyway. Yeah, let me go ahead. I don't know why they posted this shit. I thought this was new. They said 8 hours ago, but the typhoon showed up 3 days ago. Look at this shit.
Smokehouse Chicken is back. The new lemon pepper rub has everybody acting up. Only at Church's.
For 125 years, the people of Firestone have been building products and services with one thing in mind.
A historic, unprecedented storm system unleashed catastrophic flash flooding and violent thunderstorm damage across western and northwestern Connecticut, prompting Governor Ned Lamont to declare a statewide state of emergency. The extreme weather event, categorized by meteorologists as a 1-inch to 1,000-year rainfall anomaly, dumped over 14 to 16 inches of rain within a tight 12-hour window. The torrent overwhelmed local drainage systems, triggered local dam and culvert breaches, washed away vital state roads, and resulted in 3 confirmed fatalities. The hardest-hit region stretched across New Haven, Fairfield, and Litchfield counties, transforming quiet New England communities into active disaster zones. The destruction was fueled by a slow-moving, low-pressure atmospheric system colliding with an exceptionally humid tropical air mass. This atmospheric volatility triggered a phenomenon known to meteorologists as training thunderstorms, where successive convective storm cells continuously pass over the exact same geographic line, acting like boxcars on a train track. The downpour intensified rapidly, catching state emergency services and residents off guard because the volume of rainfall far exceeded initial early morning meteorological models. Streams, creeks, and rivers, specifically the Housatonic River, Naugatuck River, and Little River, rose at unprecedented speeds, bursting past their banks and cascading straight into populated town centers and residential neighborhoods. 2 local women, identified as Ethelyn Joyner, 65, and Audrey Roskowski, 71, were tragically swept away and killed by fast-moving mud and floodwaters. Emergency responders attempted rescue maneuvers, but the sheer velocity of the water overcame their efforts. Firefighters from the neighboring Beacon Falls Fire Department executed a daring, high-stakes structural rescue at the Brookside Inn restaurant on Route 67. 19 patrons and 1 dog were stranded inside the restaurant as cars floated down the street, colliding with the building and compromising its structural integrity. Rescuers successfully extracted everyone using an aerial ladder truck. State Route 34 near the Stevenson Dam suffered a complete structural failure, with chunks of asphalt entirely washed into the riverbed. The foundational soil underneath multiple homes collapsed completely, causing structures, including that of a local emergency room nurse, to break apart and tumble into the raging rivers below. In South Bay,
I'm gonna stop right there. That's another. Get the scriptures. Oh, that's not what I wanted to pull up. Here we go. Nahum chapter 1 verse 3. The Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. So all the floods, heavy rains, typhoons, high winds, and they ain't including, we haven't got to the earthquakes and all that stuff, but that's all that stuff is the Lord's plagues, and he's using these plagues to punish the wicked, which that be the 2/3 of Israel and you heathens. The Lord Yahweh will have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm of the clouds of the dust of his feet. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2. Behold, the Lord Yahweh have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with their hand. Oh yeah. Did I talk about anything about fire? No. Well, I'll save that one. I don't want to get to that yet because we got the earthquakes. There really ain't a lot of earthquakes. What they say? China got some earthquakes going on. Let's see what they say. Man, I'm sleepy.
What if I don't like my therapist? You'll find one you do. I can't deal with insurance. Rula makes that part easy. There's too many decisions. Enough.
Whoa, what's going on in China? China did not just get 1 earthquake, it did get 2, a doublet. And when we hear the word doublet, we're thinking of the doublet in Venezuela. Well, the magnitude was not that high here in China, but destruction and the fear amongst the people and the videos that we're getting are quite crazy, and we do have structures that have collapsed, but that's not all. I mean, I have reported about the dam that broke and is still breaking, and tornadoes, lots of going on. I'll put it in the end screen, but southern Sichuan has now produced a focused earthquake sequence in the same small area. First a 5.5, then 2 magnitude 5.0 earthquakes in one morning, and then another 4.8 the next day, and all of them are landing around the same place. Gaoxian County, Yibin City, southern Sichuan, same county, same fault area, same shallow depth, and that's the line that makes it a little bit different. The first warning came on June 29th. And is this, well, let's say no. What is this? Because there's something else going on. June 29th, magnitude 5.5 earthquake hit Gaoxian County at 12 minutes after midnight Beijing time. Epicenter 28.5 degrees north, 104 degrees and 69 east, depth only 6 kilometers. That's roughly 3.7 miles. And that's equal to the doublet 5.0 that just did all the damage that you see behind me while I'm talking. Same depth. That is shallow, guys. And that's why it caught my eyes. I'm like, what is this? Shallow earthquakes, of course we know, and you see it here in the videos behind me, they hit harder near the surface because the energy has basically less rock to travel through before it reaches the buildings on top, right? The homes, the infrastructure, roads, slopes, villages, so it can cause more landslides, destruction, and collapse. So people felt it really, really strongly in Gaoshan and nearby Gongxian. We see in the videos, furniture is moving inside the homes, warning systems go on, people are going out of the buildings. Shaking was also felt in Yibin and even in Chengdu, and that's far to the north of the epicenters, right? But that was not the end of it, I have to tell you. And remember, by July 1st, going a few days back, hundreds of aftershocks had already been recorded after the June 29th earthquake. And then today, same zone is moving again with a doublet earthquake. 6:12 in the morning Beijing time, magnitude 5.0 earthquake struck Gaoshan County epicenter.
All right, that's enough. It's been like, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3. Well, anyway, earthquakes in diverse places, and you know what happens when you get hit by a hard earthquake. You see that in Venezuela. Let's see what's going on in Venezuela. Just a quick update of a quick little video.
We don't want to see homeowners falling through their floors.
It's like losing your entire life, everything, because this is the second time I've lost my home. When the tragedy happened here, I lost my home, and now I'm thinking about my apartment. We are all sad, we are struggling, but thank God we've received a lot of help from the people outside, from people.
Yeah, oh, it's funny. Hold on. What the hell? That looks strange.
A lot of help from the people outside, from people everywhere.
I'm seeing things.
We are grateful to the diaspora, the Venezuelan immigrants across the United States, particularly.
Yeah, they're coming from the United States. Shit. They probably laced that, if there's some food, they probably laced that shit with some mercury.
Miami, and to the donors and
They
sponsors
try to get rid of you Israelites.
for delivering this humanitarian aid to people who have been greatly affected. We already have our first warehouse here, and we plan to stay for several years bringing aid.
Damn devils.
Today, we will deliver more than 2,000 family boxes, one for each family.
Hoy vamos a entregar más de 2,000 cajas familiares, una por cada familia.
First at 11, Michigan is facing an unprecedented health crisis as a severe parasitic outbreak expands to a troubling milestone. Tonight, the state is reporting nearly 1,000 cases of cyclosporiasis, and the source is still unknown. Good evening. I'm Carolyn Clifford. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 11. This parasitic infection is now spreading across 18 states, but Michigan is being hit the hardest. It causes a severe intestinal illness that has already led to dozens of people being admitted to hospitals. 7 News Detroit reporter Brett Cast is tracking the outbreak with advice on how you can stay safe, and he has a look at one patient's road to recovery.
Well, the exact source of this outbreak remains unknown, but what we do know is the importance of washing your produce. And here at Eastern Market, there's a local nonprofit that is teaching that skill and more to Detroit's youth. Inside Shed.
It's fucked up, and you washing your food, cleaning it off. Will you just clean it off with just regular water? But then, you know, we in a time where the water ain't even good to use. I mean, we got chemicals, but I mean, the water is not really good to fucking use at all. The water, your water could. Oh yeah, people been getting parasites out of the water. Flesh eating, some brain eating parasite out of the water. I mean, it was ocean water, but then also out of your tap.
5 at Eastern Market, one of the.
I mean, the chances of getting that shit, I don't know, but it's getting higher and higher, man. That's why you need to, hey man, pray to the Lord to keep you protected in these times, and you gotta repent though, and shoot, cause it's getting bad out here, all over the world.
First lessons at the food.
These are the players of Yahweh Shema Shah, so the best thing you need to do is seek Yahweh Shema Shah and repent.
Academy is food safety.
We're getting them right at middle school and showing them culinary, cooking, also entrepreneurship. But of course, food safety is the first thing that we talk about.
Edric Gode is a board member for the Detroit Food Academy, a nonprofit working with youth ages 10 to 24. She's also a certified instructor for food safety, a skill even more important today as a parasite causing intestinal illness surges across Michigan.
I was getting touches of diarrhea and didn't think a whole lot of it.
Larry Hall lives in Lenawee County and first noticed he was sick June 28th. By June 30th, he had...
Runaway County, his gut, his bowels about to run away from him. Shit. Damn right, got the bubble guts.
Called out of work with a severe stomach. illness, which quickly took a turn.
Started to throw up and blacked out, hit the floor.
His wife called for an ambulance, and doctors quickly suspected Hall was sick with the surging illness called cyclosporiasis, caused by a parasite found on fresh produce.
It multiplies in the small intestine and causes inflammation, and that's why it prevents the water from being reabsorbed, so there is explosive diarrhea.
Dr. Tina Chopra with Wayne State University says the
They gonna talk about they threw up, but what about the other shit? Yeah.
Diarrhea leads to dehydration.
Your body trying to, I guess, reject whatever, I don't know how that shit work, but, you know, your body trying to reject the toxins that's in your body.
While there are cases in Michigan every summer, cases this summer are already 20 times higher than normal, with nearly 1,000 cases as of July 8th, mostly in southeast Michigan.
We want to make sure that whatever we eat and put in our mouth, that they are clean.
Health officials say one way to help prevent infection is to thoroughly wash fresh produce.
And shit, not just clean, but it's a real food. 'Cause food like this, like these peppers, you can just grab one of them. Let's say you just grab one of them and you throw it down on the ground, that motherfucker bounce right back at your ass. You be like, how the hell that's possible? That shit supposed to be smashed on the ground. The food today, especially if you buy someone like, well, hell, it don't matter if it's Walmart. Hell, they sell that rubber-ass fake food at Kroger's or Publix. Hell, I bought some damn grapes, you know, the seedless grapes. Them bitches do not, they did not, it was the Publix grapes. I bought Publix grapes, seedless grapes for the longest, which I don't want to eat seedless, but shit, I could afford that. Can't afford no seed grapes, but the seedless ones, those sons of bitches, they were, I always was eating seedless grapes from them, but then I was like, man, I can't eat this shit no more. I can't buy no more grapes from these niggas. First the salad is shit. Yeah, now the damn grapes are going to shit. Yeah, the salad aged too fast. Usually I can have a bag of salad in the refrigerator for about a week, but now you can't even have a bag of salad in there for 2 damn days. It goes out so fast. I don't know how. But the grapes, the texture when you bite down it, them bitches stay crunchy. It wasn't even like, I like firm grapes, but these bitches were too firm. And I had them in a bucket or I had them in a plastic container with a seal on top and sitting in the refrigerator. And when you open up the lid, the bitch stink. So it was an odd smell coming out of it, and all the grapes looked fine. I was like, man, I ain't eating this shit no more. Fuck that. And I was just weary. Usually when I eat grapes, I eat it. The moment I eat a bag of grapes, it's like, say, two pounds of grapes. Or is it 1 pound? No, about 2 pounds of grapes. I'll be already on that mother sucker. That shit be already eaten. And when the moment I start eating it, then I don't know, minutes later I'll be done with it. But I had to take 2 days. Or that bitch been sitting in the bucket of grapes been sitting there for about maybe 3 days in the refrigerator. I'll eat some of it, and I just couldn't stand the texture of it. And then I had to put it up and put it back in the refrigerator. And then the third day I said, you know, I don't even want to bother with this shit. And plus the shit stinks too. Throw it away. But that's totally different from this. But the food, pretty much my point is food ain't shit. Man, that's why we pray to the Lord daily and nightly to protect us from the parasites that's on the food, in the food, and plus the food that's, it might not be parasites on or in the food, but the food is designed to kill your ass. We pray the Lord protect us from that crap, even though that's all we got to eat. Shit.
Produce. Gode says the key.
And you know, Esau trying to do whatever he can do to put whatever kind of crap that's on the food or in the food to get people sick. So, you know, hell, what was that? Well, now it might as well bring it up about that tick that they got the disease that make people not eat meat or something like that. Shit, and they trying to keep people from eating anything really.
Key is to use running water that's slightly warmer than the produce.
Slightly warmer than the produce. It doesn't have to be hot. We don't want to break down any of that cellular structure.
Leafy veggies should be pulled apart and thoroughly rinsed, while firmer produce can be scrubbed clean. Water is all that's needed, and everything should be washed.
Even if it's already pre-washed or it says pre-washed, you still recommend washing it?
I would still definitely recommend washing it, even if it does say that it's pre-washed. Absolutely. Especially right now.
Brett Cast, 7 News, Detroit.
Yeah. Anyway, that shit going on. Anything else? What is this about? Some shoppers, the farmers market rising prices. Was it rising? Oh yeah, concerns about that the bubble gut disease. Yeah, it's same. What is it? Is it CBS? No, it's ABC. This is ABC, I think. I don't know. But anyway, I ain't gonna play it. No, yeah, this is coming from that local channel. Stomach illness. Alright, I think I'm done. How much time I got left? Like 36 minutes. Yeah. The same old thing, right? Yeah. Psychosis or something. I don't know how you pronounce that shit. I just call it another bubble guts disease. Or bubble gut bacteria. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to the scripture. I'm signing out. But these are the players of Yahweh Shema Shah. Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. When you got World War III going on, race wars, civil wars, class wars building up. Yep. And there shall be famines, so the lack of bread is building up. And pestilence, which that's going to get a pestilence. They're going to make you bleed out, or either pestilence going to make you give you the bubble guts. You ain't going to bleed out blood, but you're going to be bleeding out boo-boo. Yeah. But anyway, in earthquakes in diverse places, all these the beginning of sorrows. So there'll be a lot of hurt, pain, and you will pray like heaven, Lord, give you the strength to endure. Because we're going to need it. If you don't seek the Lord, then the hell with your ass. That's all I got to say. But seek Yahweh Shema Shah by seeking his prophets and take heed to what to say and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying to Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, and stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.